My name is Nora Benedict, and I am an assistant professor of Spanish and Digital Humanities in the Department of Romance Languages here at the University of Georgia. My research focuses on 20th century Latin American literature and book history, and in a very broad sense, I'm interested in how we access, engage with, and maintain literature, whether that be in a print format or in a digital format. And in thinking about the question that fuels this series, namely, where am I wanted to reflect a little bit on where I am in this present moment and where I'm headed. So first, in terms of where I am in this present moment, I'm celebrating the publication of my first book, Borges and the Literary Marketplace, which will be released officially next week on Tuesday, September 14th with Yale University Press. And in the book, I explain how the Argentine writer Borges' involvement in the publishing industry influenced not only his formation as a writer, thinking about how he understands and writes about books, but also how this involvement influenced book markets and reading habits in Latin America. And in other words, I'm arguing here that Borges' various jobs in the publishing industry from the 1930s until the 1950s changed not only what people read, what types of literature was available to them, what types of texts in general, but also how they read in the physical sense of what the books look like, how they were framed, how they were accessible, etc. And while many individuals might know that Borges was a librarian, obviously a famed writer, many might not know that he was also an editor, a publisher, and a publicist of sorts. And this is really what I bring to light here in my book. More specifically, how I do this is every chapter looks at a job or a series of jobs that Borges held in the publishing industry, and also analyzes the books that he published or that were published while he was working in those positions for their physical features, paper, typography, bindings, to get a better sense of how he was physically understanding the book, how that was developing over time, and more broadly, how his efforts in the publishing industry revitalized literature in Latin America. And in terms of where I'm heading with my research this spring as a Willson Faculty Fellow, I'll be working on my second book project, which is tentatively titled Taking a Page from Their Books, Latin American Editors and Global Publishing Trends. And in contrast with this first book, that's more of a case study of the impact of one specific author on the publishing industry. In this second book, I consider how large-scale publishers in Europe and the United States, such as Knopf, Penguin, McGraw-Hill, how they are infiltrating the book market in Latin America and creating a publishing boom in the 20th century.